Good evening. We are here with head coach Amy Wright, Rosie Ikat, and Jacoya Jones-Brown. We'll start with a statement from coach, and then we'll start with some questions.
Yeah, it was really good to see us battle. Definitely a high and low game, getting up by 10, getting down by 10, then pretty much tight the rest of the way. Not a four-quarter team, which is what we talked about. Tough second period, 18-7 in that period. But I love the fight that we had in the fourth quarter. The girls did a great job of listening. We had to make a lot of adjustments in order to get to where we wanted to get, which was that W. And we had execution on both sides of the basketball. And you can't ask for a better quarter when you're making adjustments as a coach and your players are listening and doing it on the court. Like it's a really fun thing to see and do, and this obviously was the result.
And then, Coach, you talked about those defensive adjustments. You held the team to just 8 points in the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
So what can you tell me about your team's fight tonight, down as much as 12 in the third, and came back all the way down?
Yeah, I think they believed. I don't know. They told me because practice was different. I'm like, practice wasn't different. But we did work on situations a little bit in practice. So they say that had a lot to do with it. So I guess we'll have to keep doing that. But really, it's what they were. I think what impressed me the most is out of every timeout, you saw the 5 that were on the floor, they would huddle and they would talk and they would connect. And I think that's huge going out instead of feeling like you're going to 5 different spots. But some of the adjustments, we mixed up Rosie and Kylie and Morgan. Morgan's a gamer when it comes to the end of the game for whatever reason. But she did a great job on 0 there towards the end. So those were the adjustments.
Thank you, Coach. And then Jacoya, 28 points on over 50% from the field tonight. How did you feel? What did you feel work out there for you today?
That's a great question. Just getting to my spots as usual, and then just making sure I create, but also create for myself. So not just creating for my teammates, but also myself. So I know they were overplaying the plays, so let them overplay it, and then go the opposite way. I went more left today than usual, so.
Coach, Carlos Aceto, 22 West. Just wanted to ask you, 7 points in the second quarter going into the half. What did you tell your team exactly in order to get them to get the grit enough to come back in the second half?
Yeah, I mean, we were in the game at halftime, so there was no question. We've seen all kinds of ups and downs, rounds and rounds. So I don't think the score really phases these guys, which is a good thing. Again, we made a few adjustments on defense. I think we wanted to talk about pushing tempo. Those first 4 minutes of the game was we were flying, like we were going, and so we needed to push pace a little bit more and get easy looks. But like I said, the execution started to come full circle when it was done on both ends. So I think they did a great job in the third quarter of locking in execution-wise on offense, and then having carryover with that to the fourth, and then also adding the defensive execution.
And Rosie, you kicked off the game pretty well. I say that you set the tone pretty well to start off the game. Did you feel like you wanted to rub off the energy across your whole teammates?
Yes, I definitely felt like I did. I feel like Coach said come in with energy, give the team a spark. So I wanted to set the tone from the beginning and just come off with a dub. Yeah.
And then, Rosie, you've had a lot more high-scoring performances as of late. Has that gotten easier to be out there on the floor and have those kind of 10-point, 15-point nights kind of week after week?
To be honest, no. I feel like so much pressure, and I feel like I put a lot of pressure on myself, so it's kind of hard for me to kind of just keep those bricks stacking by having double digits every night. So as of recently, I feel like every game has been very different and inconsistent, so I feel like since I'm kind of weighing the pressure off myself, I feel like I'm kind of giving myself a little head start to stack those bricks. Yeah.
And lastly, for Coach, Judy comes back tonight after almost a month out.
Mm-hmm.
What did you see from her in her return?
She's definitely an energy giver in terms of her voice. I think it was her getting used to, again, the speed of the game, the intensity of the game. It was good to have another big body down there. that could defend. So I think that was good, get some rebounds. But she's still got to get into game shape, game pace, which we expected. We had minute limitations on her. And then getting the flow with, our 6'7" that was not intentional. Our 6'2", 7 players that are in the rotation.
Jacoya, Rosie, just a couple games left here in the season. What's your focus going into the next game? It's a big one.
To win.
Yeah, to win. I feel like, especially after getting the dub today, I think just having that winning mentality and just going in, obviously respecting Bakersfield because they probably will come out hard, but just having the same mentality that we had tonight and bringing it into Saturday's game.
Same question for you, Coach. What's next in practice?
Next in practice is we are going to work on press break because that's what they do. That's what's next.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Congrats.